All right. What's up, everyone? This is Isaac with Hunger Smash Fitness doing a live stream once again. Today we have the ladies of Blacklist in Denver, Colorado. It's Denver. So yeah, we're just gonna come on and just have fun talking strongman. Before we get started too much, sorry about my voice. I will try not to talk too much. I know everyone loves hearing me talk, so I'll try and keep my talking to a minimum, and the ladies can talk as much as they want. So I guess to start off, maybe let's just talk about what is Blacklist. I'm sure a lot of people have no clue what Blacklist is. So Tana, TR, you wanna start with that, I guess?
Sure. Yeah. Blacklist is a strongman gym located in Centennial, Colorado. So we specialize in strongman. We've got all the fun strongman toys, and we also do powerlifting and a little bit of functional fitness. We're going to start getting into Highland Games events, and yeah, we host a lot of classes, intro classes for strongman, intro classes for powerlifting to teach people about the sport, because a lot of us, I don't know about you ladies, maybe not so much you ladies, but I know when I first started, it was like, I'm going to YouTube how to do this thing. And then, you know, we have like one sort of implement in the corner of a random gym, and you sort of learn that way. So I feel like, you know, teaching people proper technique and all about the sport and how to actually compete in the sport is helpful for people. And we've had a lot of good feedback and people learning new stuff. And we just went to a competition last weekend, and we had 12 athletes competing. And yeah, and Kim was competing in a different state last weekend. So it was, I don't know, you know, it's growing, it's fun. But that's Blacklist.
Cool.
Well,
So
we still YouTube, but TR's our YouTube. We just ask her.
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice to have someone who's knowledgeable there.
Yeah, we're very, very happy with that. Yeah.
So how long have you
That's
all?
how it was when I started too.
Yeah.
We had to go from gym to gym to gym, and each gym had a different implement. We had to go here one weekend and here another. So it's nice to have everything in one place, central location, right?
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So how long have you all been competing in strongman or strongwoman, whatever you want to call it? And kind of what got you started, I guess.
For me, it's about 3 years seriously. And it was actually TR and Caitlin that got me into it. Caitlin dropped into my CrossFit gym, like it feels like 100 years ago. And she was like doing cool stuff. I'm like, well, I don't know what you're doing. And then we ended up changing gyms, and I followed Caitlin, and then TR walked in on like a strongman Saturday, and TR just started like loading Atlas stones over her yoke. And I was like, I want to be her friend, and I want to learn everything about this. And that's been it. Like I was like a hardcore like CrossFitter. I mean, I tried, I was horrible at it, but yeah, no, like I made the switch like basically right then and there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Laurel, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
So let's see. When did I start doing strongman? It's been about 3.5 years ago. So I too was doing CrossFit for several years. I was coaching CrossFit. That was my full-time job. I was personal training, coaching CrossFit, and got to the point where it's like, dang, I'm too big to be doing CrossFit competitively. Just shy of 200 pounds. And my entire life, I've kind of marched to the beat of my own drum. So I tend to see things that maybe other females don't do. Strongman is one of those things. So I hired a coach. Like every other lady who has said, it's kind of like when you first get started, you try and find places that have like who's got a yoke, who's got 3 stones, like who's got a couple sandbags. So that's kind of how I got into it. And then about a year after somewhat training, I moved to Colorado and found a gym that I wanted to go to. Said, hey, I've been doing a little bit of strongman. And I was introduced to TR first. And I can't remember, TR, if we worked out that first day or if I was just introduced to you. And she said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Same place, same time.
Tomorrow. And then I was showing up and I was having these like 3-hour-long training sessions with TR and not being able to like function for the rest of the day.
Sure.
Listen, training with TR is a different type of training than any other training you're going to get. You can't keep up.
No.
That's not true. Not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
And
It's
then
not bad though, right? It's a good way.
It's good. She will lower weights. She'll do whatever you need, but you're going to be there for 3 hours.
yeah. And then I was lucky enough to meet Caitlin and Kim, and here we are.
Yeah. Now we're kind of a package deal.
Yeah, we're a package deal. Yeah. Caitlin, you
I
want to go?
think the comp that Kim had this weekend in Utah is the first comp that we all weren't there for.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Like for each other. We've all been at each other's competitions. I think this is one of the first ones we all weren't able to attend. So we are definitely a package deal.
Yeah. Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Caitlin? Like, how did you get started in strongman?
Well, I started out similar to everybody else. I was in bodybuilding for years, ended up qualifying for nationals, and the feedback that I got was that I should have curled my hair and that my suit didn't match with my tattoos and things like that. So I was like, okay, bodybuilding's not for me. So I left bodybuilding and got into CrossFit for a while. Powerlifting first? Powerlifting. Yeah. And I was like, powerlifting's super boring. Squat, bench, dead all the time. That's all you do. So I stopped that training, went to CrossFit training. And that's kind of where I met the gals here. TR came in for a Saturday workout after she saw the gym's website or whatever. And a couple of weeks prior, actually, I was like, I want to try strongman because now CrossFit's boring too. So I want to do something else. Let's keep doing something else. And I met TR and she's like, oh, I compete in strongman. I was like, you're my friend now. We can be friends.
We are friends now.
So I kind of just tagged along with her for the last, 4 years now? Three, 4 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing strongman. I think this is the longest I've stuck with a sport since high school when I was a swimmer. So
yeah, it's been at least 3 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
TR has an effect on us, I think.
I mean,
it's a good
wow. Yeah.
So,
I think I said how I started last time. Do you want me to say that again? All right.
Oh yeah, just in case anyone didn't watch.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Like all the other ladies, started in CrossFit. A bunch of us from the CrossFit gym I was at were like, we should go try the strongman competition. And so we went up there. I mean, we literally had no idea what was going on. So I mean, we had practiced some of the events, like, we didn't have a circus dumbbell. There's a circus dumbbell. And we're like, well, a dumbbell's good enough. It's not. But we tried. But I ended up doing pretty good. And then at the end of that competition, they're like, you qualified for nationals. And I was like, what? What are we talking about? I don't even know what we're talking about here. So then I went to nationals because I was like, I'm going to go see what this is all about. And I was like hooked. It was super fun. So it's been 5 years. Yeah. 5 years of strongman. And I love it. And I have all my best friends that do it. So yeah.
So what's everyone's favorite event and why, I guess?
Stones. Anything stones.
Mm-hmm. I'd say stones, any sort of a deadlift, anything where I could just really use my lower back.
Real strong.
Yeah, my lower back's real strong, so any way I can use that, which I tend to sort of use in every event. But
sure.
Stones, deadlift, yeah. I think I know Laurel's.
I'm yoke.
Oh God, yeah.
You only got
fastest yoke in the world.
Walk with it. I mean,
fastest. Yeah.
Too easy.
You're just so quiet. Like, I aspire to be that quiet one day.
And it just helps to be tall, I think,
Yeah.
in movie events, for sure.
Kim
Yeah,
really likes to slam her feet on the ground when she does yoke. Everybody knows what she's doing.
Oh, yeah. You hear me.
That's how my toddler is. Every time he runs down the hall, you can hear it from like, a couple houses over.
Yes,
That's how I look.
she's a toddler.
That's how Kim does yoke. Yeah.
And farmers, honestly. It's just loud.
Right.
Yeah, Laurel won the 2 moving events at Nationals last year.
Oh, the Who's It Carry? That was like incredible.
I got second.
Second.
Pretty great.
First and second. Crazy.
What were the weights last year?
Middleweight, the yoke was 470 and the Husa was
250.
250?
Nice. That's pretty impressive.
And she walked it for like an hour and a half.
Forever. Forever.
A couple laps around the block and just
Exactly. Yeah. The spotter was very bored while Laurel was going. Yes. There was no problem.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, like, because 2 weekends ago, I did my first competition where I was a spotter loader, just to see, what that aspect is as well. And you really like the athletes who actually finish events.
Yeah.
The ones that quit halfway through, you start watching for them, and you don't like them very much.
Right. All the implements you have to move back to home base.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm that guy. Oh, I didn't make it back.
Ooh, sorry.
Has anyone ever zeroed an event, or do you not want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, it happens.
Really, I feel like that you have to. Like, you have
TD log, man.
I haven't yet.
Not this
You
year.
haven't zeroed an event, Caitlin?
Oh, you're so perfect.
So I thought that I was going to zero every single deadlift event I've ever done, and I'm always able to
She's
somehow
always
pull it
able
out.
to step it
You
up.
make it very exciting.
Yep.
Yeah,
She
never
can
zeroed
always
event.
make it happen.
That's kind of how I compete too. Like in the gym, it's hit or miss on whether I'll make the lift. And then once I get in front of people and I have an audience, I'm like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do it. We're not gonna quit. And like
Totally.
Right, I panic and we're gonna do it. We're doing it now.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
all of a sudden I can do 100 pounds more than I can do in the gym. So it's like
right.
something. I think there's that circus performer side that comes out. But
I like every time the deadlift event in a competition, I PR it. Like I can totally die during training and like I can't move it, and then it's in the event and I'm like, cool, I did it. And it was very boring and it was fine. Mm-hmm.
I think
I'm a good training. If I haven't done it in training, it is going to be hard for me to make it happen game day.
Yeah, if I can get within about, I would say 100 pounds on a deadlift, because that's been rough. Within like 20 pounds on anything else, I can usually get it in competition.
Not me. Nope. I have got to hit that in training, or
It's
not
not
good, girl.
like
It's all in your
typically, if past is going to predict the future, I have not been able to make it happen if I haven't done it in training.
I think
I know
that's
what that is.
it goes to show how mental mental competition is and how training is, and that game day adrenaline can either make or break you.
Yeah,
Totally. Yeah.
I mean, that's really true. I mean, you can be totally overamped for something and just blow it on comp day, and you've been nailing it in training. And I think that's like the worst possible outcome. I mean, for me, like if I know I'm capable of it and I'm just too pumped for it and I screw it up, it's like, I want to go home.
Do you guys remember the event at Crown Mountain where I picked up the sandbag like I was Santa?
I do.
So instead of getting under the sandbag, it was like half filled and tied at the top like a bag of presents. And I walked up to pick up this thing like a bag of presents. It barely left the ground because I'm like 5'3". So I had to put it back down, pick it back up. I was just so jazzed to get this sandbag.
You're like, oh,
do you have a video of that?
I wish that I had a video of that. I don't think that I do. Even if I did, I don't know that I would show anybody.
I think I was a night.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good.
That was good.
Does anyone have an event that they just absolutely dread if they see that there's If that one is in the competition, you just won't sign up for the competition.
Farmers or yoke.
Wow.
What?
So opposite here.
Anything I have to move in. I'm really good at standing still.
Yeah,
You're good.
real good at that.
But you're good at farmers.
I don't want to be. I'd rather
But
not.
It's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot. You're hanging on. Sucks.
No.
I don't like.
It's
I
like-
gotta say it. I don't like the sandbag toss.
Yeah,
Oh,
hate it.
I can't.
That's one of my favorites, man.
I know you're very good at
It's
it.
beautiful. It's beautiful when you do it, but when the three of us
Thank
do
you.
it, yeah. Not
So who
good.
has the Laurel? Who has the video of Laurel just? Who has
Yeah,
the video
Laurel.
of Laurel just sending it into the wall behind her? Where's
Oh.
that video? Because it's my favorite.
Is that on your Instagram?
I think it's
I
on your
hope so.
Instagram.
Is it on the Instagram, Laurel?
Oh, well,
I don't think so. but
Caitlin's is where I'm not a good cheerleader when I'm videoing.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm trying
That's
so
also
hard and I'm doing my best, and it's hot out, and TR is just like, hey, that's not good enough.
It's not. You gotta go.
That's good.
Yeah,
Like-
that's on my Instagram.
Yeah.
I think there
I
are
don't
there are some events in strongman, sandbag toss being one of them, where it's like it doesn't matter how strong you are or how athletic you are.
Right.
You either have the finesse or you don't,
Mhm.
and I don't.
Not yet. Have you worked with Nick exclusively yet at the gym? Because I gotta tell you, that guy, bag of tricks. He changed a lot of things on that throw for me. I'm not saying I'm awesome at it, but I suck less.
There you go.
Nick is very good.
Nick's very good.
Yeah.
So that is definitely one thing that Blacklist offers that no other gym in the area has. I mean, we have multiple strongman coaches who compete in the sport, have pro cards, have years of experience, and usually like when you have a strongman coach or a strongman competitor,
Mhm.
they're few and far between. Like I feel like a lot of times they're alone, like they're the one really strong person training in their gym.
Yeah.
Whereas we have this compound of really strong people who bring different great things to the table. So
And they're more than happy to help you, to work with you. I mean, it's like whatever you need, like you just walk in like, hey, I have this in a comp and I'm nervous about it. And it's like, all right, let me see you do it. And then you get tweaks and you get things to work on. And like I used to be so intimidated, like when I signed up for comps, and now it's like, why? Like I literally have 10, 15 people behind me that can help me at the drop of a hat. Whatever I need.
It is nice to have that many coaches. When we first opened, I coached all the classes, and which I love. I love coaching and I love teaching people the sport of strongman, but then having other coaches that have other cues and their own experiences, it just makes everyone better. And so just to have, I mean, how many coaches do we have now? Strongman coaches. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 specifically strongman coaches that coach classes. Laurel is one of them as well. But it's just nice. I feel like our athletes get so much more just because we have so many athletes and competitors and professional strongmen that are there with eyes and giving different cues and tips. And it just helps raise up everyone. It's really
That's
nice.
what I was going to say too, is that we have not only the coaches, but just seasoned athletes, people that are good at different things. And you know who's good at these events, you can go to them to get cues. It's a open book community.
It definitely is. There he is. Hi, John.
Better late than never, right?
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
I can't hear you. Can you
Are
hear
you
me?
there?
Wave if you can hear me, Isaac.
We can hear.
All right.
At least you look pretty.
There it is.
That's nice.
Everybody, technology conspired against me once again.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
Well, glad you were able to finally join us because my voice is definitely not holding up very well.
You sound fine
You're
to me.
doing great.
Yeah, right. So, John, I think from here on out, if you want to take the lead on most of the questioning and conversation, I'll just pitch in wherever. But
Heck yeah! What have we discussed so far?
Origins of Blacklist and how they all started.
Nice.
Yep.
That was my my favorite question. So I missed the origin of Blacklist. I'm hitting up TR for business advice all the time. Let me tell you.
This is true. I know. I love getting your messages.
He's a boss babe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So what did I miss? Just in a sentence or two, how did you all meet?
At the gym?
Through TR.
Yeah.
Yeah. TR found us like lost puppies. She brought us all together.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I just
opened the door and they all flowed in.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we all met at our old gym and then all moved over and now we're all at Blacklist. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. How long have you all been there?
We're coming up on our year, aren't we?
August 1st, Blacklist will be
August.
a year. Mm-hmm.
What? How is that a year? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
it's
I was going through all of your Instagrams. TR, you hosted an event there in February, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah. Tell us about that a little bit.
It was called Black Hearts. So it was the first competition I've ever put on. I've competed at many, but never hosted one. So it was the coldest day of the entire year in Colorado. I believe when they were out deadlifting, it was -3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So it was very, very cold. Very cold. Yeah, there's a little snow in the background of some of the pictures. We had amazing. We had 30 plus volunteers. We had 60 athletes. We had events. We had
a wait list.
What'd you say?
A wait list of athletes.
A wait list of athletes. So it was
for your first time.
Super fun. We did circus dumbbell. We had car deadlift. We made some Denny stones. So different sizes of Denny stones. We had them. They were loadable on the top. So we did max holds for Denny stones. We had a
outside. That was outside, mind you.
On the metal rings.
On the metal rings.
Yeah, people were not happy. They were not happy with me about that, but they didn't.
You just went numb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the weights for the Denny Stones? Did you do the actual Denny Stone weights or was it modified for the classes?
It was modified for the classes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a couple questions. How do you drill a stone so that you can get a handle into it? Like just physically, how do you fabricate that?
I did not fabricate it. That was in Colorado. He went and found the big stones and then he drilled, it's like a piece of metal. Then there's like a metal hook. We put a carabiner on it and then the Denny handle. They worked well. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, it was a sweet setup.
Yeah. So that was kind of our signature event. We had Death Before Dishonor design our shirts for the competition. So it was really cool. It's a skeleton holding Denny stones. So
it's basically my dream come true is having Depth like sponsor our competition and make the shirts. It's really all I ever wanted in life. So I'm good now.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, I was checking out, Caitlin, I was checking out your Instagram and you had a post about that particular contest doing circus. And I don't know if this is a Blacklist thing or not. Like first Anthony and now you're all good at circus dumbbell. It must be something in the water there.
I started it. I was the first one to be really good. So let's just try Anthony. Yeah.
I think
I still am the only one that spins in circles while I do the event, though.
It's beautiful. We love it. We're here.
That might be the trick. That might be what I'm doing wrong because, I got a fat grip. I put it on a regular dumbbell and, I watch everyone who's good at circus and I can't get off the ground like all of you do. So I don't know what I'm doing. That must be it. I must have to spin a bit.
That's it. Every time I go up to the judge and I'm like, look, I'm going to spin in circles. You're going to have to follow me to tell me a down command. So get up off the chair. Let's go.
And every judge starts seated, like she says that, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And then by the third rep, like they get up. And like,
I always bust Isaac's chops because he's taking physics classes, so it must have something to do with torque, right, Isaac?
Yes. Yeah.
Probably be centrifugal forces actually for the rotation.
That's what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my favorite event for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't compete, but
just afterwards that I wasn't horrible at it anymore, and now I'm like, that's it. I'm a pro, basically a pro.
Nice. What I do is
that's it. I've won. I'm done.
I just do it in my garage, and I take tips from everybody who's good at it. So I take Anthony's tips, Leif Engel's tips, and like now I'm now I'm not as bad as I was.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Those are tips from two amazing people.
Yeah. Good pressers.
Speaking of, Anthony did well at the Clash. What did you did any of you get to travel there to watch?
No. Dang it. Oh, here she goes.
Here she goes.
This is the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Even rodeo arm McCann.
Yep.
And it's like so many reps. I love it.
Just going around.
It's really
all the way around.
Very pretty. Selena was such a good judge, though, because she knew that she had to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Selena has to follow me around.
Selena was awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm hearing rumors that Anthony's a tough judge. Tell me more.
He's a very tough judge. Yes.
I
watched him give some guys zeros on Conan's this past weekend, and I was like, oh my God. So it was very clear in the rules meeting that the second you pick up and you take a step, you can't readjust. And so many heavyweight men and provided their weight was redonkulous. Like I was like, they would pick it, take a step, and then they'd go to like shrug it to reset, and it would just pull them forward. And then they would go to repick again, and he was like, "You're done." And they're like, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "To zero, sorry." Like I watched him do this like 4 or 5 athletes, and I was like, "All right, mental note, like don't do that." But for as hard of a judge he is, he's also extremely fair. Like before every athlete goes, like he gives you a recap of like, these are the things I'm going to zero you on. These are the things I'll allow. So it's like, if you're listening and you're tuned into him, he'll be your best friend. If you're not listening, he's your worst enemy.
He'll be your best friend anyway. He's
He's way too nice.
I mean, like after the competition, like you'll totally get drinks and stuff. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Anthony's cool as hell. Actually, he's originally from really close to where I live.
Yeah,
so,
you guys are like neighbors.
I always tell him, like, when you're back for the holidays, buddy, we're hanging out.
He's my fellow East Coaster. We have a lot in common.
Oh, you are too?
I'm from Philly originally. I've only been here for 7 years.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're like 2 hours from me. Yeah, not too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually on the Jersey Shore right now, so maybe a little closer to you.
Nice. Yeah, you're definitely closer to the shore. Yeah.
Tim's accent is almost all the way gone.
It's almost gone.
Hard at it.
It's so funny. Like I had a buddy who went into the Marines, and he started out in Okinawa and then ended up in California somewhere. And he calls me one day and he says, "You know, I don't know if you ever realized we have accents." And I said, "No, we don't. We speak English. Like,
we do
in English." And he said, "No, we have like when you're somewhere else and you're listening, we have accents." And I couldn't fathom it.
Yeah. There were so many words that I say out loud, and everyone's like, "What?"
What's that?
I was just saying, like when I first met everyone, there were so many things I would say out loud, and TR and Caitlin's face was like, "Huh?"
like different words or pronunciation?
Pronunciations, like I was an orange. Like, what color is that? Orange. It's orange. I've been informed. You have to.
It is not. It is not.
I'm with you. It's taken me 7 years. I now say orange
or wooder.
Water. It's water.
It's water.
Wow. That's hard. It's a tough one.
No, I never said water.
Laurel has her Midwestern accent. Sometimes it comes out.
It's my favorite.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Minnesota, small town, East Central Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really shake the accent, and then you go home or somebody visits, and
or your dad's here.
Yeah, and it's like,
you're like, what?
you get taken up a few more notches and just can't get rid of it.
Minnesota and Colorado have snow in common, do they not?
They have snow in common, and that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But you're way tougher in the snow.
Oh yeah.
Your snow has to be because you're way tougher than we are.
Yeah, I mean, when it snows here or it rains here, the driving situation is ridiculous. Like,
Oh yeah, you can't drive in here.
The locals, they can't handle weather
No.
driving. It's hard.
Yeah. It's very hard for them. I try not to leave my house, honestly, because I just don't want to deal with other people when it snows.
yeah, I mean, here's how I explain it. If you didn't grow up in your first vehicle whipping, I'll say cookies in the winter, like you should not be driving in the snow.
Well said.
I think that's fair.
It's fair.
Yeah. Gotta have the experience.
Yeah. Especially here because it snows very hard, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Which was not used to that. Didn't get that back east. I used to just gray and wet and cold forever.
Yeah, didn't they have Isaac at the Shaw? Not trying to make you talk, but at the Shaw Classic last year, didn't they? They were expecting a big snowstorm, and then didn't Novikov and somebody else went out like deer hunting in the middle of it or something?
They were tracking elk afterwards. Yeah.
Don't want to do that. It's cold.
That's what the strongest men in the world do when they're bored, is they go chase elk. Apparently,
Hey, he's got to eat. I mean,
yeah,
It's true. It's a great source of protein.
yeah.
very good. And lean fat. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say that's what, because we live out by my wife and I moved out towards Spokane right now, and we lived west of the mountains before in the other part of Washington, and it just rains all year long. That's all it does. And then moving out here, it's completely different. It's so dry, and then like when it snows really, really hard all at once. And like, so it's kind of fun, just like seeing in that short distance the differences there. And so far, I like the east side a lot more. It's a lot nicer.
So Isaac, being from Washington, you're going to tell us how to pronounce apple correctly, I guess.
Apple.
I saw you popped up a message from Albert Brand there. Congrats to him, second place at Savage Strength 4 very recently this past weekend. So, Al, if you're listening, congrats to you, buddy. You got a giant sword as a trophy, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want a sword?
Yeah. Every second place was a sword. I think first place was a pretty ornate trophy, but Albert Brand got a sword. Alila Worley got a sword. Katie Chaos got a smaller sword because she was third. But yeah, it was like sword based.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, let's be honest. Like we basically compete for cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's weaponry.
Yeah. Like I want to. You're right. Oh yeah, and you're gonna use it?
Oh
That's
wow.
Look at that.
Let's see it.
Yeah, Al is a good friend of the show.
Oh yeah, nice enough.
Nice.
The crazy part is he's pushing it down like on the sharp part.
Yeah, I know.
Does that hurt?
I'm
Was
waiting
it sharp
for
or
it to
no? I'm not
fall.
sure.
Dang.
He's Minnesota tough.
There you go.
That's a good melon.
That's a good watermelon. What's the best trophy you ladies have won?
That's a great question.
I love mine from this weekend. It's pretty sweet. It's a serpent on a plaque, and it's like all gold.
Yeah, you competed in Utah, right?
Big fan of that one. Yes, yeah, Legends of Strength.
Yeah, talk about that competition a little bit. What were the events?
Man, every event was just not for me, and I think that's why I signed up for it, because it was like you need to step away from things that you're comfortable with and get uncomfortable. So our first event was the Serpent Press. So essentially, it's a I don't know how long the bag was, but it was like ridiculous. I think it's on my Instagram somewhere. And it was like this floppy, loose sandbag that you had to clean and press for, you know, as many as you can in a minute. We had a Conan's wheel, which just hurts all of the time, the entire time. The Mast Carry, which was a set, like basically Heidi did a great job. She got a telephone pole, wrapped it in rubber matting, put lead ropes on it, welded 2 yokes on the side of it so you could run with it and not like die if you dropped it. That was roughly 500 pounds. And then we had stone to shoulder as a mystery event, Trump stone to shoulder. So you had your 2 varying weights. And then the silver dollar deadlift. We use an Invictus silver dollar deadlift setup. And I've lifted on numerous silver dollar deadlifts, like different setups, different gyms, different comps. And this was by far the best setup I've ever picked up. Like, it was so great. The whip was incredible. I was like, the ladies will tell you, I was terrified of this lift because 18 inches is not a good pull for me. And this setup was just beautiful.
There she is.
Oh, that deadlift.
There we go.
Keep going, Isaac. You'll see the telephone pole thing. It's crazy looking. Yeah.
That was bananas. I got done that, so I made it like a foot and 4 inches before I dropped it. Oh, it was nuts. Like, nobody was getting over that. And then I repicked and ran for 8 feet, but like, you only get 1 drop, so obviously the foot is what counts. And when I tell you that, like, I dropped that and seriously like I crawled off the floor and just was like, I just need like 5 minutes. Let me just sit down. There's nothing holding that. So the second you pick it up, it rolls off your back. So you have to like find that happy balance of pulling it forward, but not crushing your head so you can still go. That was, that wasn't something I could train for. I mean, we had a fixed log that the guys at our gym rigged up for us, which was incredibly helpful, but it did not prepare you for how this wasn't attached to anything.
What did this weigh?
So we started at 500 pounds here. It was very heavy.
How did they add weight then for other classes?
So you can't see it in this picture, but there are metal rods on the end of it that they stacked 100-pound plates. They had 100-pound plates they were using.
Oh.
It was the heaviest thing I've ever had on my back, like hands down.
And I forget, Kim, are you lightweight or middleweight?
I'm lightweight.
Okay, that's a crazy amount of weight for a lightweight.
Crazy amount of weight.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think my top yoke is like 450 for 20 feet. And it's a face melting 20 feet.
Ooh, look at that. That's a good photo.
Find your happy place. Yeah,
that's good.
That was 270. And I made it 4.5 turns around. So however many feet that is, no idea.
Nice.
That's amazing.
And again,
There's
nothing I
Anthony.
could train for. We just had yokes that I just nurture marched with them.
There's Anthony right behind you, whispering into your ear.
Oh, yeah.
He was seriously key. Like, I hit 30 seconds and he was like, you need to go around 2 more times. And then like you hit the 4th one, he's like, you need to keep going around. He's like, you're gonna let, whoever beat you, you're gonna let that. And I'm just like, okay, no, I'm not. And he did that for every athlete. Like, it wasn't just because we're friends. He was in every athlete's ear, letting them know, like, this is what you need to do to win.
Aw, he's so awesome.
He's awesome.
It's amazing how he can turn that on and off, because when I interviewed him, he's like the nicest teddy bear ever. Like, you would never think that he has that aggressive streak.
Yeah. No, like, my husband has video and he's like screaming at me, like, you're not putting this down. Like, it was so cool.
That's great. Where'd you end up finishing overall?
First for lightweight women.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
With that set of events especially. That's great. Awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I got done that. I was like, all right, cool. I'm happy. These aren't things that like I'm super great at, but they're things that I've worked on strength overall. And like Laurel said, just having that coach program those right things for you, like on game day, it's going to be there. And it was there. And then some.
Yeah, I remember seeing that telephone pole style thing on Strongest Men in History. If you ever seen that show on History Channel.
That's where she got it from. Yep.
Oh, that's where she got it from?
Yeah. So she had all of the events from last weekend were inspired by the Old Norse legends. So that's where she got the name from. And then that's kind of where she got all the events. It was pretty cool. Like at the rules meeting, she explained like every legend behind what we were doing. I mean, because like I was for sure like, oh, this is dumb, like, oh, another themed event. And then like you get in there and she's telling you all this stuff. You're like, this is sweet. Like, this is why I do this.
Yeah, when theme is historically significant, then it's cool.
Yeah, it made it a lot more just like real and just like fun, like knowing that, you're doing something that's the origin of the sport that you're participating in. Yeah,
absolutely. So Laurel, what is your kind of favorite event and your nemesis event that you hate?
Yeah, so we touched on a little bit on this earlier. So yoke favorite event. I'm 5'11". I got long legs. Walking that thing is not too bad for me. Nemesis, if anyone who's ever seen me compete, deadlift, any sort of deadlift event. Yes, I'm tall on the yoke. It helps me. Deadlifting, pulling anything from the ground makes it that much harder.
A long way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
see, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way for me. Isaac's like 9 inches taller than me and deadlifts twice as much as I do. So it just doesn't work out that way.
all right, some people got it. Some people have got it. You know, the height works for them in all ways.
Yep.
Yeah, but then there's people like Rob Kearney and stuff who's deadlifting way more than me. So I don't know if the rule applies. It's not linear, at least.
Yeah.
No. His deadlift, his press, you're just like, how?
Yeah.
He's incredible.
The crazy thing, like not to belittle anybody else, but I saw a clip of him training yoke with Martins one time, and I'm thinking like Martins is a World's Strongest Man winner, and Rob's yoke he just made him look like I'm the best at this and you're not. It's just Rob's yoke is crazy.
It's crazy.
He ran yoke at Blacklist when he dropped in, and I was just like, can I like we have the same sneakers, so I'm like, I should be good. I have the same sneakers as Rob Kearney. I should be amazing at this. And then he does like couple down and back. I'm like, I'm trash. No.
See, I tried that dunking in Jordans and it didn't work either.
No,
He would think it does. I don't know.
the shoes you expect a lot. I can't believe it.
I know.
It's unfair.
It's unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, TR was telling me Rob's like a really cool guy when you met, but everybody in Strongman is pretty much, right? Everybody that I've met anyway.
Yeah.
It's a really, really inclusive, down to earth like setting. I mean, I still fangirl. I mean, these girls will tell you I will lose my mind, especially at the Arnold when TR competed. I was like overwhelmed. I must have been Caitlin all day. I was like, Caitlin, do you see? And she's like, I don't even know who you're talking about. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't compete, but obviously, like, I'm a huge fan, and I had the same sort of reaction. I remember messaging Isaac one day. I'm like, would you believe Donna Moore agreed to do an interview with me? Like, this is insane.
I saw that. I was like, holy crap.
That's so cool.
And
she's so nice.
Oh, she is.
She's awesome.
It's funny, like, kind of, I don't know if I should say this because we said it off camera, but off camera she said, you know, everyone else who's ever interviewed me, they don't pay attention to my responses. Like, they have a list of questions and they ask the next one and ask the next one. And she said, you're the first one who's actually showed any interest in what I was saying. It was amazing. It was a great time. So, yeah, it was
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, great compliment coming from her.
That's really nice, yeah.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I mean, I also fangirl a bit because I mean, like Obi came out with a competition that I just helped at, and I was like, oh, that's awesome! Like I love just meeting him and just saying hi, you know.
I named Jerry Pritchard Knuckles after his deadlift at the Arnold when he was leaving the bathroom, and I've been talking about it for a year and a half. Like I tell somebody weekly about this.
Oh, you got to hook
because it was right before everything shut down. And yeah, we were they were right there. Those, like front row for the deadlifting, like Thor and all those guys. It was unbelievable because the year before, it's like you couldn't
get near them.
No, even competing, you're like, I have to go to the restroom. I don't have 45 minutes. I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna be on before that. It takes 45 minutes to go to the bathroom. It's so crowded. It's unbelievable.
I wasn't there, but I heard about the Bang tent. Like that Bang energy drink tent.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it all day long.
Tell us what happened in that tent. Tell us.
Spring break.
Yeah, it was like it's 8 a.m. You're walking in to warm up, and they've had a few. They've had a few bangs, and it's seriously spring break in Padre Island. It's
you have the music going.
And all day, and just the loudest music, dancing crazy all day.
Like you feel it in your chest.
Yeah.
Like
it's impressive. It's impressive, to be honest.
I like
I don't do that all day.
It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot out of you to be able to.
We drove home in silence each day, like in the Uber, just like, see you in a minute.
So Kim, you got to put in a good word for me. I've been trying to get Jerry on my show for a while. He hasn't responded yet.
Oh, okay. All right. You do that.
Just hit him up real quick. Yeah, just ask him.
Yeah.
Or if we can get him on the live stream, that'd be great too. We want to get him and Nick Best on here at some point, but so far.
Yeah. Oh, Nick Best would be awesome.
Yeah.
And he's in the pool with Nick Best at Clash, for God's sake. I was like losing my mind. He's texting me. He's like, Nick Best is in the pool right now. I'm like, you have to be cool. Like
be cool, man.
Breathe. Be cool.
Which is what I told Kim when Rob Kearney came to the gym. I was like, Kim,
oh my God.
She played it kind of. It was like you were pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
She did really well. She kept it together.
Took me an hour and a half to say anything, but I did it.
Yeah, very funny.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Well, my friend Bryan had been there, and he walked over to Rob on the way out and was like, you need to go say hi to her because she's not going to walk over to you. So I'm like talking to TR, and I turn around, and Rob's in front of me, like about to give me a hug, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Awesome.
He's such a fun guy.
I also just love the comparison between TR and Rob in this one. And then I found TR and Bryan in this one.
Wow.
He's a big man.
Different.
Yeah.
He's large. He's very
slimming
large.
down these days.
He's a large human. Like, wow.
He judged my
I've got
build.
one with him. I think my head comes up to like his armpit, I think.
Yeah.
He is enormous.
Big guy.
Yeah, he's slimming down these days, though.
Yeah.
Is he? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. I think he was trying to get a little quicker for this year's events, I think.
Yeah.
And nice. Looks, I mean, he always looked good, but yeah, he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, so Isaac and I, in different videos, had JF Corona on. So I had him on my channel. Isaac had him on his channel. I had him on a live stream like this. And he was saying he feels like this year's World's Strongest Man set of events is perfect for Bryan to win his 5th.
Ooh. What? Go over the events?
Yeah, what are they?
Let me dig them up. So there is, Isaac, what was that medley? It's a yoke into a frame, I think. And then Jay.
I did a whole YouTube video on it, actually. But don't bring up the Instagram again, Isaac. You and I know why, but I'll bring up my list. Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I would pull it up on Instagram, but apparently they don't like it when we use their Instagram on here. So if you can pull it up somewhere else, let's do that.
Yeah, I have it in my my spreadsheet. I'll pull it up. But yeah, there's a yoke into a frame. There's a yoke into a frame medley that JF was saying, like if they use this particular frame that they've used before, he said that's like tailor made for Bryan. He's one of the best in the world at that particular frame that they've used in past years because of the small handles. I think he said it fits him better.
That's what Travis was saying too. Travis said he thinks this is Bryan's year, basically. Which, on another note, though, I would love to see a stone off between Travis Ortmeyer and Tom Stoltman. Like,
oh my God, with
King of the Stones and the current King of the Stones, and just seeing
it would be amazing. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. Just like a last man standing.
Punch each other, whoever ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There's been a lot of hate about that event. Like, I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook. People are like, oh, like, who wants to watch that? That's not a spectator thing. I'm like, what?
What, World's Strongest Man?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, like, because they're getting a lot of hate about the stone off. Like, people are just like, it's not interesting to watch. I was like, yeah, it is if you understand it.
Yeah, I don't have any feeling that it's not interesting to watch. My only feeling is it's an extra event that not everybody has to do. So some people will become more tired than others. That's my only gripe with it.
Yeah, for sure. It's a taxing event.
Well, and I think they should change it just a little bit because you do have those times where there's like a 10-point spread or whatever, and then the guy in third replaces the guy in second. And so it's like stuff like that. They should throw in some sort of like handicap or something kind of to accommodate that, I guess. But
yeah, points in strongman are for sure a little like, wait, what?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. So
I would love to try that Single Fingers event.
Oh, yeah.
I've never done that event. I would love to try that one.
I know, we should try.
Yeah, that would be a blast.
It would be.
Yeah,
Travis
Travis has one, and he's in Reno. How far is that from you?
Yeah.
Maybe 10 hours. I mean,
girls trip.
Not too far.
Yeah, I don't know if we can have that implement anywhere near.
Well, Anthony and Hui have been talking about, like, they've got some plans to make one that we're just trying to find someone who will build it. But I feel like they've got a good setup where they could, I don't know.
They're really good strongman engineers.
Like, let me know what sort of money I need to put into this, but you guys figure it out.
I know a fabricator I can ask if you want.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, Kratos Strength Equipment in Minnesota. Actually, Albert Brand, who I might still be listening now, is good friends with Andrew from Kratos. So yeah, I'll reach out and I'll find out for you.
Oh, way up there.
Yep.
Oh, way up there. Literally, you could drive it down for us.
I'm going for the summer, so I'll just strap him onto the top of my RAV4. And
Nice.
You can take my truck if you want. Just leave me your car.
Hey, there you go.
Done. There you go.
Take him, drive him across Nebraska.
He would love it. Blackbeard would love it.
Yep.
Sweet. By the way, the weights that you see here are pure conjecture. They're not confirmed. They're
I was just going to comment on that.
Yeah,
so
big
level. They're like,
No, I got these from Big Laz's video, and he kind of like I heard something because I know these people kind of deal, but they're not confirmed. So yeah, so even the fingers or train, that's what he thinks will be the choice, but it's not confirmed that it's one or the other there. Or squat or deadlift they did last year, so probably they'll do that again. And it depends. Like I was talking to JF about this. I'm like, if you get into the deadlift group, God help everybody else who's in your group, you know?
It's a solid deadlift.
Yeah. Wow. These are good events. Max Law.
Well, there's the where did it go? The barbell with the globes on the side. I've been trying to talk to TR and get one of those.
I was just asking it. I was about to ask you about that, Caitlin, because of my how impressed I am with your circus, and I figure you would know a lot about overhead medley type events. But yeah, that could be pretty cool. So I think that's the one that the style that Maxime or that Martins Lisi's used for the Steinborn record, right? With like the real whippy bar.
That would be a blast.
We have got to train that lift.
Yeah, we do. I keep looking at videos of people doing it on like starting strongman with like whatever they have in the gym, and I'm like, oh, it's sketchy. The whole thing seems sketchy, but it's like, oh, if somebody sets it up, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I'll try it.
That'd be fun.
Supposed to be a little bit sketchy, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
yeah,
it's all a little sketchy.
Every good strongman implement has started out very sketchy.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that comes to mind to me is overhead press with natural stones. So I've asked different strongmen and strong women, like, hey, it's not a standard weight. So if you want a natural stone of a certain weight, how do you find one? Like you don't.
Right.
It's a natural stone. You don't make it, right? So some of the answers I've gotten. Matt McDougall said I went into the forest and found one. Yeah. And Steve Schmidt told me he's really big into fossils, so he goes down by the river like hunting for fossils and comes across his stones that way, like while he's looking for fossils, which I thought was a really cool idea. So recently we have trails, small trails by the park in my house. So I started running through the trails and I find some stones, press them, find some logs, press them. Put it on Instagram here and there. Get a good look at it.
You were walking your kid to school or back from school?
Yeah.
So
awesome. I walked him in once, and then I saw some stones. So I'm like, all right, we'll go put him in school and go run this whole trail. And yeah, I found some interesting stuff in there. Funny enough, I was telling Isaac, nobody's in there except for me. So I run into this one guy and his dog, and I turned him into a subscriber by the time I was done talking to him. The dog is awesome. The dog's still thinking about it, though. The dog's still on the
phone. I mean, sometimes they're tough.
He's like, hon, this guy was lifting stones in the forest. We're friends now.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, so
Gabe Pena was just at Blacklist and pressed our Myrtle.
I saw that. That was awesome. What a cool guy too. I had him on my channel. What a cool guy.
He is so cool. He's super fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really well-spoken, and just we talked about stuff that isn't necessarily strongman. So he has a swimming background and a rugby background too. So I got to learn a lot that you may not know about him. So anybody who's watching, go check out that interview.
Yeah, I'll have to. He's super cool.
Yeah, he's
going to be coming back to Colorado soon, so I hope that's true.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, he's from what he was told, he understands that he's first alternate for World's Strongest Man. So the first person who, yeah, anybody who's unable to make it, he's first choice.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, he's a deadlift terror too.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Did you just see what he pulled on a trap bar? I was like, why? How can you do that?
Yeah, he's over 1,000 on a trap bar.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. He promotes a lot of shows too.
He was warming up for the Natural Stones with like a 300-pound strict press for reps.
Fine.
Just real quick. Just gonna get this in real quick. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That's great. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Bianca, she's super cool too.
Bianca is really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should have her on
sometime. She pressed Kenny Loggins.
She likes
really?
She pressed Kenny Loggins. We have a wood log, and his name is Kenny.
It's Kenny.
Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, we call him Kenny Loggins.
I follow your posts. I know Kenny Loggins.
Do you know who Jan is?
I do not.
Oh.
You have to know Jan.
Educate me, ladies. Educate me.
Jan.
Can we go to TR's Instagram?
You have to go to TR's Instagram because it's only going to make sense.
It's only going to make sense.
This is the proper introduction for Jan, is TR's Instagram.
Yeah, it's a picture of me, and I think it has got a heart around it.
Yeah. You guys are at the fire pit just enjoying a nice leisurely evening.
So, yep, down.
Oh, there's Maya.
Let's see. Further. Oh, right there.
Wait.
Up.
Slow.
Oopsie daisy.
Oh, poor Miles. I remember.
Poor Miles. Oh, there is.
Oh, there she is with the heart.
Yeah.
There's Jan.
With the heart.
Yeah. So these gals got Jan for me for my birthday during when we were on lockdown.
Oh yeah,
so
I forgot the name, but I do know this story. Yeah.
This is Jan.
This is Jan.
And if you scroll through, we had some fun with Jan.
Nice to meet you, Jan.
Yeah, Jan is
lockdown fun.
Mm-hmm. You got to go through the pictures because they're fun.
You got to scroll.
Worth it, I promise.
Oh, hit the right arrow, Isaac.
Yeah, go to the right arrow.
Yeah, there you go.
See, she was cheering. She was squatting. Yeah.
Was Jan?
Yeah.
315.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cheering her on. She was doing really good. And then you go over further. And then me and Jan had so much fun talking by the fire, drinking wine.
Great.
Oh, Jan.
She's funny. She has jokes.
Mm-hmm. I thought we'd be better. I mean, we're friends, but we're not.
Yeah.
We're not friends like Laurel and her.
Yeah.
Laurel and her, they can walk forever.
Like this.
She's my gal. She's my gal.
Yeah, they go on long walks.
TR, you ever do any acting? Like, this is great.
I do not, but yeah.
Maybe keep it in mind.
Maybe I should. Yeah.
Make a whole movie called Jan, just about you.
People would watch it. People would watch it for sure.
I would.
People might.
And now Jan has like all sorts of friends. We have other Whoozes at the gym now.
We do.
Who was the girl who said I lived in your driveway for like the last year? Is it still in the driveway?
That's Frida. Yeah. It's a golden concrete Husafel stone that my husband made for me to train a couple years ago for, is it for the Arnold?
Yeah.
Or Nationals or something. And I spray painted her gold.
And now she's real slippery and you can't pick her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if TR and Null ever move, Frida stays.
Frida stays. Yeah.
You
That's Frida's purchase.
That's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will say between all of the different athletes that we have at Blacklist, we have compiled a very extensive equipment list. We have
Yes.
a car deadlift, natural stones, so many Atlas stones, stone of steel, multiple Lucifels.
A big top dumbbell, the big top dumbbell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big top dumbbell. All the same. We have a 400-pound sandbag.
Mm-hmm.
One
The thing
person can pick it up.
Enormous.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
It's my body filled with sand.
Yeah, it's crazy. We got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, everyone's so giving, and they're like, "Do you mind if can I just bring my stuff here?" Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna touch it, but sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so many stones.
Yeah. Thank you, Oakley.
Which are hard to come by. Kegs.
Mhm.
Kegs. Yeah. Yeah. Oakley is the Santa Claus.
He's Strongman Santa.
Yeah, he's one of our members, and you just mention you might need something, and then it just shows up. He's like, "Oh, it was at my house. Just bring it in." What?
Do you know that the stones and kegs we currently have aren't all of the things that he has? I was like, I'm sorry, because it's a lot.
And he has a car deadlift.
Yep.
He has a lot of stuff. Yeah.
It's
It's nice to be in a gym with very giving people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Caitlin said earlier, I mean, this is finally a place where we can literally train everything we need to train because we have all the stuff. Like, I'm not going to Denver, I'm not driving up to, Lakewood or whatever, like to go drop in at various places because we have it. And if we don't have it and it's a competition that's coming up, we all chip in and we end up buying it anyway. So
We'll get it. Yeah.
We'll get it.
We'll get it.
What did Anthony just buy? Was an anvil?
Yes, he got the
an anvil. Yeah.
That's going to be his barbecue. That's an event at the barbecue. So train to grip up.
Yeah.
Wait, what's this barbecue all about?
We're having like a Blacklist barbecue at Ant's house because he has this super sweet house in Denver that TR's been to, and he's been wanting to host everybody forever. And obviously, it's not a strongman barbecue. I was like, there's some grip stuff. There's gotta be some
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those things I don't know anything about because I dropped out of one of the group chats.
I'll fill you in. It's beautiful. You're good. You're good.
It just says Caitlin left the chat. She's had enough.
I did. I had enough. There's too much chatting.
It's too much.
Too much shouting.
The chat.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? You have to lift the anvil to get into his house?
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some type of, you got to do this to get this. Like, maybe that's how we earn dinner. I don't know.
I'm here for it. I'll give it a try.
That would be
Sure.
something.
I'll do
I'll
it.
try anything for dinner. Where honestly, it's like, you want me to lift this up? Great. All right, I got it.
Great. Give me my burger.
Give me my burger. Let's go.
This is like stuck in my mind. Every time I hear the word anvil, I can't help but think last year's World's Strongest Man, where you see Colin Bryce walking through the boneyard saying, "These are anvils. We're not going to use these this year. We just carry them with all our equipment." Then he made them use them during the finals.
Sure.
Messed up. It was messed up.
We're
Yeah.
with us forever. Yeah. We are
I feel
having
like
a
that-
Blacklist barbecue on Memorial Day too.
Yes, we have our totals coming up for that one. I'm pretty excited for that.
Nice.
Blacklist total. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
What do we have to find our totals on again, TR? It's sled.
Max axle clean and press. Max wagon wheel deadlift. Max sled push.
For how many feet?
20 feet or something like
20
that.
feet.
Oh.
And then there's a mystery event.
Very gracious.
All right.
There's a mystery event. So
Ooh, and a mystery event. Caitlyn's favorite. She loves a mystery
God,
event.
I hate mystery events. I hate
Flag
them more
hoist? Is it a flag hoist?
than anything else.
you'll love it. It's gonna be fun.
Is it Circus Dumbbell?
I was just gonna say, it sounds like circus dumbbell.
It's not. But
Um,
I don't want to come.
fine. You'll still come. You'll come.
I'll come.
Okay.
Did any of you have any opinions on the flag hoist at World's Ultimate Strongman? How would you have approached it?
I liked the idea of some of the athletes who did that wrap and they jumped, and then on that jump they took that and they used it to pull back, which I thought was interesting. And anyone with gloves, like I was like, no, you need that, because I think I forget who it was that didn't have gloves, and like the whole time, like that rope has to be so hot.
I know. I would just jump as high as I could and just Try to
Thank it.
Yeah,
because they had to control it on the way down as well.
Yes.
You couldn't just let go. So
Yeah.
that's where the glove thing comes into play. JF was telling me Bobby was wearing gloves and the rope burned right through it, the gloves and his hand.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
awful.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
They're gone.
it's
What's that?
yeah, your grip's gone.
You're gonna have a bad time on
Yeah.
any other event, really.
Yeah.
And just thinking about too, like you have to control it back down, so that's even more grip that you're expending right there, just to control it so you don't get a zero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of, do the four of you specifically train grip, or does it kind of come along with other things you train, like farmers?
Yes, because when we deadlift, TR yells at us we're not allowed to use straps.
So what kind of accessories do you do for grip?
You shouldn't use straps.
She's like, do you really need to use those?
Not all the time.
Do
Right.
you know? I definitely have our classes do grip work.
Yeah.
I think you have to put
Plate
in grip work.
pinches. Yeah.
Plate pinches, bar hangs, max holds with farmer's handles, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, do all your accessories with no straps, it's great. Yeah.
Ant's been having the level 1 class after a couple of their like medley nights. He'll get the they're not medicine balls. Well, I guess they are. They're like slam balls, and they have to palm the slam balls up. And I think we have like what 8, 10, 15, maybe a 25.
No, we have 20, 15, 20, 25, and a 40.
That's it. So a lot of the guys got the 25. So now they're like obsessed with trying to get the next one. I could not get the 15 until he showed me the trick of like getting all your meat on there, and then I could get that. But Ant's really good at that. Like he always
He's good at grip.
He's good at grip stuff. That's his jam. He loves that.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at pressing too.
Oh yeah.
Very
Good presser.
Yeah.
He's so comfortable with that block press.
35, right? His circus is 235, isn't it?
235.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah,
from like, what was it, 215 the day that he was like, oh, whatever, like I'll PR it. It went from like 215 to 235 in like 35 minutes.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That was the thing at Clash on the Coast. So they had the overhead medley, and part of it was a Mauser. And I guess they disallowed his rep. And I was watching it, and I was like, that looked good to me. And
It was good.
yeah, and he ended up
said it was good.
I messaged him right after. I'm like, what the hell, man? That was good. He goes, yeah. I thought so too. I
messed him up.
Yeah, I what's the word? I challenged it, and he's like, they gave it to me. I said, they gave it to you, but they also didn't give you the best part of your best part of that medley is the dumbbell.
He was getting like 4 to 6 reps on dumbbell in training, so I was like amped. I'm like, he's gonna kill this. And then that happened, and I was like, what?
That was unfortunate because he was ready for that event.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, not to belittle the judges, but Anthony got jerked. Sorry.
I mean, like on it, like that happens. It's humans. I mean,
yeah. It's like, I mean, I won't pretend to be objective. I'm a big fan of his. So, like when he was doing the squat with the giant, on the end, and he was a little imbalanced. So I'm like, they must have made the stands wrong. It can't be him.
Yeah, right.
We were talking about that when he got home, and he said that like the biggest thing in training was he was training it to hit a level platform and that had no bounce. So when he got to Clash, the descend, it would bounce because the pads were very swooshy. So he wasn't ready for that recoil of, oh, it's bouncing now. I have no, how he squeaked out that second rep,
yeah, that was
amazing.
impressive.
That was amazing. The grind on that, amazing.
Oh, yeah. So many guys zeroed that event.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he popped all those vessels in his eye.
Oh, yeah. His eye was totally red.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that. That's crazy.
He's like, I don't know. I just racked the bar and everything was just blurry.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're like, because you're bleeding into your eye. We worked together, and the whole next week on Teams calls, he would turn his camera on. And everyone's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, he's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. He's lifting weights.
It's lifting weights. It's okay.
You just don't know. We do this all the time.
Yeah. You don't understand.
Normal.
And the people in our work group are marathon runners. So, I mean, they push themselves too, but it's you try to talk to them about us working out for a I think TR said it a while ago. Like, if we compete on a weekend, you've literally worked out for 5 minutes. Like, that's it.
Right.
And marathon runners are like, 3 hours.
It's an exhausting 5 minutes.
It's an exhausting 5 minutes, but it's not. It doesn't transfer over, so like they don't get it. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't remember what the weight was on that squat, but it was something extreme for middleweight.
Was it 600?
Yeah, that's a lot of weight for a middleweight.
It's a lot of weight for like anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that whole show, because we got to watch Anthony train for that for months, like every day was event day for 3-4 months. And you really just cannot account for every variable that's going to come up on comp day.
Absolutely.
Totally.
You can't train for some of those things. You can't train for the weather, like the humidity and the sand and the wind that they saw at Clash on the Coast. Like,
it was so windy.
You can't replicate that.
No.
And I mean,
it was all of those things. It was hot as well.
Yeah. And like, we've all been to a comp where it's like, okay, we're in a parking lot. I remember we did a truck pull, and it's like, okay,
that stupid truck pull.
The person in the lane
dreams
is pulling on an incline and on gravel, so it's like you can't account for those things. And at some point, I think we've all said this, like, hey, that's strongman.
Yeah.
Like, you're not in a CrossFit environment where it's sterile and all the equipment is the same and the situation is the same for every athlete. That's,
in a way, it's an equalizer, like, for the athletes. It's like, you know what? You're all at a disadvantage equally. At some point, right? Like, I mean, something fails or the terrain isn't what you expected or whatever, but it's like, you know what? That sucks for everybody else too. So
yeah.
So Laurel, was that arm over arm or the one with the harness where you have the truck behind you?
That was harness.
Harness. Yeah. Okay. No, because I was going to ask you about, given your height, I was talking to Corey Butler, who's also tall, and she was telling me that's an advantage for arm over arm truck pull. So I was wondering if you've experienced the same thing.
I don't know that I've done. Oh, well, we have done an arm over arm truck pull.
Yeah.
We did it seated, so that was, just the leverage of the legs.
She did too. Yeah.
It makes a difference for sure.
Yeah, you and Sarah are done in like 4 pulls, and I'm like, please.
Speaking of the short arming, Tom Stoltman caught some heat for short arming the flag hoist. Like they said, he's so long and tall and he's not using it.
Yeah, I thought that was odd, but I almost wondered if he was doing that to save his shoulders. But if you're short arming it, you're burning your biceps up. So, I mean, maybe in his head he was like, "Well, I'll save my shoulders for whatever I have left." But yeah, I thought that was odd too.
Could be, yeah. Novikov seemed to have the right idea.
Yeah, that guy, he's on fire. Like, honestly, there's nothing you can put in front of him that he's not going to dominate.
Yeah, it's funny, though, in talking to JF, he said this set of events this year is not good for him. So we'll see.
That will be interesting to see. Because I have yet to, like, I definitely had feelings about some of the stuff that he was going up against. And I was like, oh, he's young. Like, we'll see. And now it's like, I was wrong. Like, he's showing us right now. So, yeah, it'll be cool to see him.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, when he says events aren't good for him, I don't think that means like bottom of the pack. I mean, that means not number one is what he said.
But you don't have to win all the events to win.
True. That's true.
No.
I mean, I personally think JF's going to take it, but that's my opinion.
I can't wait. What are the dates?
Isaac, what is it? June 15th?
Yeah, it's towards the end of June. I can't remember the exact times.
Okay.
It's soon.
Yeah.
It is soon. Yeah, because Rob posted about being an alternate or something like that as well, I think. And he was saying like 10 weeks out or 12 weeks out.
Yeah, it's June 15th to 20th.
Okay.
Oh, that's coming up soon.
Right around the corner. That's gonna be
so when will they know about the alternates?
As soon as somebody can't make it.
Yeah, like day of.
Oh,
Yeah.
You could be called the day before.
The alternates, I believe, are traveling there just because of that could possibly happen too.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
don't
so
know.
hard to train for that event for months and months and months, and then they're like, Matt, we have all our people. You can sit down.
Hi.
Thank you,
That would
though.
be hard. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Sucks.
I was talking to Gabe about it, I was saying like, oh, you know, in case guys get hurt, inevitably we don't want them to, but it happens. And he's like, no, more so because of not being able to get into the country because of the affliction we can't talk about on YouTube or mention.
Sure. Yes.
The state of the world.
The state of the world.
The world situation, I think, is what we're allowed to say.
There you go.
Okay.
I like it.
We'll
Got
say
it.
that then.
It's funny. We I don't know if Isaac prefaced you before I got here about not saying that, and we we do that kind of caveat with all of our live streams. And then on one of them, I don't know, was it the one with Jessica Fitton and Haley Randall and Lauren Wells, maybe, where they were like, so I have a cousin who got the world situation, and now they don't have the world situation anymore.
The world.
Nicely done.
What's
That's
that?
so funny.
You got to find ways to talk about it without talking about it.
Yeah.
Innuendo.
Innuendo.
The right type of innuendo.
Well, sure.
I don't know if any of you have met the three of them. They're all a blast. If you haven't,
Yeah.
Ah,
I'd love
they're a
to
lot
meet
of
them.
they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, Lauren was at Nationals with us last year.
Oh, was she?
Lauren Wells was, and Haley Randall. Caitlin, you competed with her.
Oh, did you?
Not
At
Haley Randall.
Nationals.
Hannah Lindsay and Danny Baji I competed
That's
with. Yeah.
Okay.
And lost to.
Well,
You didn't have to say that part.
In case
Well.
anybody was wondering, they're very strong.
Very, very strong.
All of you are
strong.
very strong. All of you are very strong.
Caitlin's a lightweight with me now. Her life is better.
Yes, it was my first year at Nationals, and I walk up and I'm ready to go, and we're warming up for, I think it was Farmers, on a dead sled, and I see Hannah Lindsay warming up. And I don't know if you guys have seen Hannah Lindsay warm up or any of her videos, but it was just immediately terrifying. Very intimidating.
She is very intense and she is
Incredible.
precise.
Very intense. She is an incredible competitor. Very
Amazing.
intense. But this is my year
Love
one,
watching her.
2018 Nationals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Hannah,
I went as the bag holder and was like, "Oh, Caitlin."
Yeah.
Hannah was insane. She is.
It was crazy. It
fantastic.
was awesome.
Yeah,
to
and
see
I now
her.
look at what she's achieved. I mean, it's crazy to look at. You know, you competed with these ladies, and then to now, it's like they're pros. It's like, wow. I mean,
They're
Yeah.
so good.
Breaking
They've been
world.
in the game a long time. They're very, very, very strong competitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she Hannah Lifts on Instagram?
Swampy swamps.
Swampy Swamps.
Swampy swamps.
Yeah.
very
She
impressive.
broke what record did she set at the Arnold? Was that the
Bag
bag
over bar?
toss? Mhm.
Sand-
Bag over bar.
Yeah.
Sandbag toss. Yeah. She is.
Yeah,
incredible.
she's nuts.
She's
Very,
going
very good.
for
Very, very good.
I think a weight over bar record for Highland Games, maybe.
Yeah.
I've seen her train that a whole bunch, and that's crazy impressive.
She will take over that sport.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It's hers. It's hers.
Yeah.
As
If
she,
we're putting down money, I'm gonna bet on that.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
Yeah.
But,
She just put up a video, I think on her birthday. She's doing the weight over bar with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Like a beer
Oh.
immediately after.
shotgun to beer, and then she did the weight over the bar.
Why
Yeah.
not?
What a
That was
beast.
pretty great. Well, that was for Melissa Peacock because that's her and Mel's thing. They shotgun beers
Yeah.
and they compete.
Oh, yeah.
They're buds.
You competed against Melissa Peacock, too, didn't you?
Mhm.
Or not?
You did,
No,
Caitlin,
was
right?
that
Yeah.
before? Or was that year, too? I think it was.
Might have been.
Didn't you compete against her 2 years in a row?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
As
I was
a
only competing against her once. It was nationals, and I was eyeing her up, and I was like, I think I could be a contender. And she didn't end up making it out for that nationals. Thank God, because she would have crushed me.
Yeah, I see.
She's incredible. World record.
Yes.
Yeah.
National female cross too.
And that was a couple years ago too. I think that was 2019. She was signed up for a nationals competition that I was going to.
Was it 2019?
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
incredible.
how many just incredibly strong women are in the sport.
Oh yeah.
It's
So many.
It's wild. And we have what I think we would all agree is the largest group of strong women competitors in the 5 states.
Many surrounding states. Many surrounding states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big group of ladies at Blacklist, and it's very fun, very, very awesome to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I mean, pretty much a lot of the any new female that comes in, they go like they want to know what's intro to strongman, like what night is that? You know, it's really cool because it's an intimidating sport. I mean, if you've never, if you've never done like even just basic strength training, you're like, what are these people doing?
Right. You see people at those things and it's just scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I like to think we make it less scary.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which could be why we have so many women, and then we have just a lot of new athletes, but they're just
they're kicking butt
so fast. It's incredible. It's incredible.
I mean, how many people did you have, TR, at the last comp that was either their first or second, and the nationals invites that they all received is amazing.
We had 12 athletes that competed, and there were 8 categories, and we got six wins. Yeah,
it's huge.
That's a pretty good weekend for us. So 6 invites to nationals and super fun. Yeah, and I want to say, let's see, two of those. It was their first competition.
Yeah,
2 of them was their first, and they won their weight class, so that was pretty cool.
That was really great.
I remember when I started competing, I used to have to pay my friends entry fees so that they could volunteer as tribute.
Yes.
So that I had the option to qualify because there was not enough people in middleweight women in Colorado. Right. I think I've had Kim volunteer as tribute.
I've been TR's tribute. I've been Kim's tribute.
Next, if you don't have the 3 in your class,
you can't qualify.
First place can't go. And
right.
Like,
if Caitlin ever wants to compete USS and qualify, I'm your middleweight.
Thanks.
It's like I'm not letting the fact that there's not enough competitors. I'll find someone. Oh yeah, someone's gonna compete.
Yeah. So it's nice now that at most competitions that we show up to, there's at least now 3
full classes.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I had 5 in Utah and was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's nice.
5 lightweight women. This is crazy.
Yeah, the sport is definitely growing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So if you're in Colorado and you want to try strongman,
you got to come to Blacklist.
Come to Blacklist.
Absolutely. One basic question I haven't asked yet: are you all pros?
No.
TR, you are though.
TR.
Yeah. Just me. Yeah. They will be. You got to keep working at it. It took me a long time. You know?
Yeah.
It took me a long time. It takes a long time. You can't just got to put in the time.
Absolutely.
That's the hardest part. Like that's the biggest lesson from me, especially because I'm someone that's like, whatever. I train 5 days a week. I should get this. Like I should just be a pro then. And it's like, no. Like there's so much athletic maturity that you need to go through, just mentally and physically. And it takes getting kicked in the teeth at nationals and local comps to be like, listen, you're not what you think you are. You need to really humble yourself and put the time in and understand that it's not in a week. You're not going to be perfect.
It takes a long time. It took me 4 years. Yeah. Yeah. It takes a long time.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things we probably all see, with new people in the sport. And I definitely have had this feeling, whether it's in strongman or CrossFit or whatever it might be, like, well, this person is doing it. They're super strong. They're winning competitions. I should be able to do that too. Yeah. And you basically disregard the amount of time.
Yeah.
That
comparison is dangerous. but it's
Yeah.
easy to fall into.
Years.
It takes years, and it's like, I mean, people, it's when someone new comes in there, it's like, okay, yeah, I could do that. It's like you gotta respect the time that people put in.
Totally.
The time and
Part of it is because people who are such good athletes make it look easy. So it's easy to get enamored by that, right? Like I had been a big boxing fan for years. So for my 40th birthday, I said, I want to go to Gleason's gym in Brooklyn because it's the oldest boxing gym in the country, and let me get trained by a trainer there. So I call, I make the appointment. It was like unbelievably cheap, like $15 or something. So I go over there, and I'm signing the waivers and whatnot. If you get hit in the face, you won't sue us.
Right.
And so like I'm thinking like, okay, they're gonna give me a house trainer and let me train. They give me a 2-time world champion who I've seen 10 times on HBO, and they said, this is your trainer, and they're telling me who it is, and they have a pamphlet on him. I'm like, I know I've seen this guy a lot of times. I know who he is, and you can tell like he's going like 25%, speed and power.
Oh gosh!
And he's still like he knocked my glasses like across the ring. Yeah, it was crazy. And you think to yourself, well, I work out in my garage. I should be able to hang with this guy. Like,
100%.
no, like he just makes it look that easy.
Some people that's so easy.
That's for sure. I mean, like, especially with some of the newer girls that come into the gym, and like I watch them, whatever, like take 150 per hand in farmers, and they're down and back, and I'm like, do you know how many years that took me? But like, you're so pumped for them because like their face when they're done, they're like, I've literally never done this, and I just did this. You're like, yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. It's fun.
It is. We're talking about Melissa Peacock before. That was one hell of a record. Did you hear Annabelle Chapman just beat it?
No. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, if you check out her, Isaac, you don't have to talk, but can you bring up Annabelle Chapman's Instagram?
No way.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, there's a weight difference, right? So Annabelle's heavyweight and Melissa's middle, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
for the class, she retains that record, but overall,
yeah.
Okay.
First of all, it was crazy that Melissa at her weight set an open world record, but
I know.
And I think she made that decision like what 2 weeks prior. She was like, okay, I'll try it.
Did she really? Yeah, actually, she and Isaac Mays and I are in talks of coming on my channel, so that's going to be really exciting.
Oh, awesome!
Nice.
Is this the right one, or
that's the one?
It says right there, world axle record.
Yeah, the
holder.
131 kilo.
Put that right in your profile.
So it's the middle one on the top row right there.
Oh.
They had actually, she and Rhiannon were supposed to have a competition built right around this record, and then it was canceled I forgot what the reason was, but it was canceled. I think it was because the promoters maybe couldn't come to terms on what the rules were or something. But this other competition let them guest lift there and attempt it, and she broke it.
So did Rhiannon not try, or was Rhiannon there?
I think she was there and just missed.
She just missed it. I think she hit 210 or 250, something like that.
What did Carly hit?
Well, that would have been a record.
205.
Carly hit 205, and Rhiannon's a lightweight.
Carly Oliveira?
Yeah.
She's amazing. She just did it at Savage Strength.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was messaging with her actually a few days before because I did a spotlight video about her. And she's like, yeah, I'm intending to go break this 203 record. And then she ended up doing it. And she was injured, too.
She was.
I know.
Yeah.
I think she had a bicep injury.
I think she's got more in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too.
That went up pretty dang easy.
She made that look good.
Yeah, fully healed for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, how much? 130.
Yeah, 131, and then she tried 136.5 and missed it.
And missed.
Oh, okay.
She was trying to beat the record again.
Oh, okay.
Beat your own record.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, man?
Incredibly strong. I didn't see a live stream for Savage Strength. I wanted to see Carly attempt that.
Yeah, she just looked so smooth and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Always that second from the belt up is like huge. If you nail that, you know you're gonna get it because you just put yourself in such a good position.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
But yeah, Isaac, if you want to bring up, I think it's Fit Couple Idaho. Carly is.
Yep.
There's two on the same.
See, she uses her legs. I gotta get my legs into this party when I axle, clean, and press. I like to just muscle stuff up.
I got to use my legs on circus like Caitlin does.
Yes.
It's all about the legs.
There it is. The one on the right. 3 to the right. Yeah.
Yep.
I was proud of this one because I predicted her winning her class. I got it right.
God, just so easy.
So expensive, yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. With the hair in the face, what a way to overcome that, because that would have been a major distraction for me.
Man,
So good.
that's a good lift.
Terry was a proud guy that day.
Oh yeah.
Should be.
I gotta, and shout out to Christina Bangma for putting out such an incredible show.
Oh yeah.
She put out a great show. We gave a lot
We
of
really
people,
highlighted some strong ladies, and that was really appreciated.
Gave a lot of people a great opportunity. Gabby Bergholzer was there.
Yes.
It's always great to watch her. Always. She won her class as well.
Oh, Carly, that was awesome.
Yeah, pumped for her. She's been working at that for a while.
Yeah.
I think she got a log record too.
Really?
Yeah, she cut for that one. That was a 132 class, I think.
Yeah, I think she hit 172 or 175 on the log.
175, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know, 130 pounds body weight, excuse me? Like, what?
She's a good presser.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. By the way, Isaac, you're muted. I think you were trying to talk.
I was just saying, wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. She's quite amazing.
Yeah, I can't press a 175 log, and I'm not 132.
That's a heavy log. You know?
I can, but I'm 300 pounds.
It's a heavy log.
Hey, listen. In all fairness,
You're like, that's a warm up.
In all fairness to me, none of us know what that log I found in the forest weighs.
It's true. Don't count yourself out.
It's true. We don't know. That could have been 175. We don't know.
Could be. Yeah.
Easy breezy.
Yeah, log's one of those things that like I have to sneak up on. Like we were messing around Friday, and TR and our friend Spencer were like loading it, and I'm like, all right, like I'll hit it, whatever. And like I hit like a 135, which is like a mental wall for me. So I was like, oh, that was just a sneaky 135, wasn't it?
Can be sneaky, but that's
All right, popping me up too. Look at that. Thank you, brother. By the way,
that's easily 175.
At least 175.
It is.
At least.
But hey, like it has no handles. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah,
Right. Just bark, breaking off.
You could skyboard in that. You can do whatever you want.
There you go.
Are you gonna shoulder load it? No.
I got to tell you, the squirrels and the chipmunks were laughing at me.
There you go. There you go.
Get your hands right. There it is. 175. Done.
Oh.
That's what happens with no handles. You gotta control it.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Good rep.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, lodge is laying there. You got to pick it up.
That's right.
That could be your OSG qualifier.
I think that's it.
You clean the log once, you press 3 times, you're in.
I need knowledgeable people like you to tell me these things.
That's it. You need to submit that video.
We'll figure out all the loopholes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But you have to weigh it on the camera. So.
Okay. Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah.
Got to drag a scale into the forest.
That one, PR.
I got to drag a scale into the forest.
You got to drag a scale in there. Yeah. Next time.
All right. I'll bring a scale to the forest. I'll have Thor's father weigh it for me.
Okay. Perfect.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
I gotta tell you, I changed my tune. Steve Schmidt told me that Thor's a nice guy, so I believe him. So I got to change my tune now.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't know. I've never met him.
Yeah, I was always kind of Team Eddie in that whole controversy, but
yeah, same. I will admit
I
that.
agree. Me too.
But yeah, Steve Schmidt was telling me, he said, now granted, this is before the 2017 controversy, but I had a stone pressing like world record attempt thing with him. It was just Steve and Thor. And he said he was the nicest guy. We sat down, talked techniques. He was really the nicest guy ever. So I said, all right, if you say so, I believe it.
I believe you.
Yeah. Steve is a sweetheart. Have any of you met Steve Schmidt? Such a nice guy. Oh yeah, such the nicest guy ever. Nice. Watch that interview I did too.
Okay.
To do here.
Lots of interviews to watch.
Yes. While you're at it, you should watch the one I did with Tanner Manthe. It's best one ever.
You should watch that one.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Isaac, you think we should wrap it up? It's getting a little late, or any topics we haven't covered?
No, I mean, we got over everything, pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about.
Anything you want to shout out? Upcoming contests? Anyone you want to shout out?
Sponsors, anything like that?
I don't know about upcoming contests.
I'm definitely doing Rainier in August. That looks like so much fun.
So many people are talking about that.
Yeah. That's a big show. I'm doing that one.
Looks like a good show.
Josh Hatfield's doing that
for a while, but I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know.
I want to
They just adjusted all the weights, TR. You have to look on the Facebook page.
What'd you say?
They adjusted all the weights for that one. You have to look on their
For the pros?
Everyone.
For Rainier.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for amateur.
Okay, I'll look at that.
Two of the
I'll look
things
at that.
for pros.
Yeah.
I kind of want to message Josh and just see if I can be like a spotter loader, just so I can go hang out and talk to everybody.
Yes.
There you go.
Literally why I'm doing that one. Because there's a pro-am. I was like, so we go, and then I can watch the pros. Done. Pack my bags.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, I told
your boss? Stop it. I'm in.
Yeah, I was interviewing Josh Hatfield recently, and that's his home gym. So I told him, like, get me the list of everybody who's going. I'll try to get them some exposure. So he's getting that together for me.
There's a big list of people.
Yeah, Maxime Boudreau told me he's going to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Trump event was so good.
I'll have to. I don't know. But I do want to do official Strongman Games online qualifier.
That's November, right? November 12th?
November 12th is the contest, yes. And then the online qualifier is July. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
go get them.
Yeah. So shout out to Cerberus. They're my personal sponsor, and they sponsor our gym, Blacklist. So they're awesome. So thank you. Yeah.
We're very full.
Yeah. Awesome. And I don't know any other contests. Nationals? I'm going to do Masters Nationals.
When is that?
First weekend of October. Like October 5th, I want to say. Events are not out for that yet, but
you're pretty busy.
So I am a Masters, so I'll be there.
And then three of us will be at Open Nationals.
What'd you say? You have Open?
We'll be at Open Nationals, yep.
Open Nationals is the next weekend.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
We have quite a busy October.
They let us old people go first. So kind.
You're not old, you're just smarter and well trained.
I'm older than you guys.
Fine, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to say it over and over again.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us. This was awesome.
Absolutely.
Great conversation. You all kept it going very well, unlike some other people. So thanks for that. It was a blast. We had a lot of fun. Anybody who's watching, by the way, if you watched this far and haven't subscribed to Isaac at Hunger Smash Fitness yet, what are you waiting for? I mean, button should be like right below your screen. Just click subscribe, like the stream, and then when we're all done here, go over to my blog Strongest Man and subscribe to me too. I'm trying to catch this guy. He's got like twice my subscribers. We can't have that. We gotta equal it out. So help me out there.
Equal it out.
Yeah.
John, you're gaining subscribers a lot faster than I am because you're way more proactive about it. I just kind of let it happen organically. Yeah.
Isaac likes to know the people he reaches out to. I reach out to everybody.
Yep. I'm not near as good of a salesman. I like to be introduced to someone first before I start messaging them and like, hey, subscribe to all my stuff. Like, yeah.
You know how
you're trying to do a YouTube channel though.
you know how we were talking about in Strongman, it takes TR, you said it takes years to get to the pro level. Same way. I was shy as a kid. So like now I'm blossoming. I'm 45.
Right.
I'm 45 now. Now I have a big mouth.
There you go. Sometimes that's all it takes. Just time.
Yeah. But awesome. All right. Well, thanks everyone. And yeah, just make sure next week we're going to do a live stream on Monday again, same time and everything. So make sure you swing by John's channel next week to do the live stream. So that's why you need to go over there and subscribe to him. So, but
We're going to have an equally impressive guest next week as well.
Yes,
All right.
definitely. So,
Well, we'll be watching.
Yes.
all right. Well, thanks for coming on, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Take care. Have a good evening.
See ya.